Good afternoon, guys. It is go time. We have the new moon in Leo today. This is your lunar lowdown plus horoscopes. Let's get in. So, this new moon is opposite Pluto. And while this is a great ground zero for a new beginning, Pluto in Aquarius opposite is going to essentially say, what scares you? In particular, about vision or the future. I'm going to give you that to make sure that you are truly, truly standing on business when it comes to your self-expression, your confidence, and authenticity. I'm going to make sure you stand on that so I can see, are you ready for this new beginning that you're asking? Then we also have Mars and Venus beefing. Venus is in Gemini and Mars is in Virgo conjunct the South Node. And if you have been paying attention to any of the lunar lowdowns we've done this week, then you already know what that means. Essentially, it means that you're cutting off toxic exes, toxic habits, all things toxic, all things bad that just don't need to be there. If you do get a case of needing some devil dick, just make sure that it is short term. It is not meant to stay, okay? All right, we rebuke it in the name of Anubis, all right? Or whoever you. What we can also see with this new moon, because it's in Leo, we can see a lot of news, especially since Mercury retrograde is still in Leo as well. We can see a lot of news surrounding celebrities and their passings. We can see a lot of things with Pluto, like we said, fear is coming up. But I think this one is the blaring one that we've already seen. We've lost Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Walker, and even a TikTok legend. We've lost Willow of 3 Southern Cats, guys. That was the first video I saw when I opened up this app today. I am not okay. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into these horoscopes. Aries, this is a new moon in your 5th house. And so it's a great time to reclaim your power and really take hold of your own self-expression. But I would say be very aware of the jealousy of others and not letting it dim your light in any sort of situation. Not all attention is good attention. I think the 7 of Wands is like a good vibe for this energy that you're stepping into with this new moon. And what we can also see is possibly some drama when it comes to romance and even children. So that is your horoscope, Aries. Taurus, this new moon for you is happening in your 4th house. And so this can bring up a lot of old habits of control and avoidance, especially if you're having some sort of beautification happening, like surrounding the house, or things are moving in the house even, and it's just kind of draining you. Or this could be a person. The 4th house can be our family, our roots, or just like our real estate. And so this could be a person. If a person's energy is feeling a bit more draining than supportive, it can be a time where it's time to go ahead and face music on that and maybe have a conversation. Just make sure that you are watching your words and that you aren't being too prideful, that appropriate boundaries are being set. Other than that, Taurus, that is all I have for you. Gemini, I almost want to tell you the same thing as Taurus. Watch your words. Yours even more than Taurus. If you're trying to have a conversation with somebody, make sure that you're in a space where things aren't super emotionally charged. Your words do carry weight with this new moon being in your 3rd. And so I can only imagine, instead of you needing to only like talk normally or maybe even whisper, you're roaring. You are just screaming at the top of your lungs. And so just be mindful that your words can echo louder than maybe you intend. And so if you need time to kind of just take a step back and cool off before you actually speak, do that. That is what I have for you, Gemini. Cancer, we have this new moon for you happening in your 2nd house. And so we can see you redefining your worth. And especially since we have Cancer, this new moon for you is happening in your 2nd house. And so we can see a big focus on redefining what you are worth. And so when it comes to your work, whether it be financial or emotional, you're really having to weigh and rebalance what you're putting into a situation and deciding on whether or not what you're getting back is fair, essentially. Is the amount of money that you're getting for the work that you're doing, what are you worth? What is your work worth? And so just keep that in mind, Cancer. Other than that, that is all I have for you. Leo, this new moon is happening in you. It's in your first house, and we have Pluto in your seventh. And so this is a bit of a cosmic reset since it's a new moon in your first. And with Pluto in your seventh, it's a bit of an ego check. I'm not going to lie to you. We see this ego check possibly coming through some sort of control struggle that is going to put you in the position of either choosing between having to prove yourself and roaring, or being aligned or staying aligned with the healing and growth that you have manifested for yourself thus far. Sometimes those are the same thing and sometimes they're not. But other than that, that is all I have for you, Leo. Virgo, we have this new moon for you happening in your 12th house. And so it's more of a time of rest and reflection, even if your to-do list is screaming at you that things need to be done right now, because you're letting go of something that you thought needed to survive. And so just make sure that you are using discernment and you are double checking those things that you are holding on maybe too tightly to. Other than that, Virgo, that is all I have for you. Good. Libra, this new moon is happening in your 11th house. And so we can see some reevaluation of your friend circles and communities, or even just your goals. Because when we have a new moon here, we see that some people are genuinely rooting for you, but others are not. And those can unfortunately be the ones that you would think would be the first in line to be your cheerleader. But with this new moon, unfortunately, that's not the case, and it can cause some risks in friendships. And so you want to make sure that you are truly paying attention to who is on your team and who is not, or who's just being a pretender, because you want to make sure that you are keeping those around that truly see your value and are always ready with pom-poms. So other than that, Libra, that's all I have for you. Scorpio, we have this new moon happening for you in your 10th house. And so we can see that there's a lot of focus on wanting to be seen. But at what cost? Because when we have a new moon here, you're definitely focusing in on your goals, but also authority figures can really be putting the pressure on you. If you're not seeing authority figures putting the pressure on you, then your own expectations and goals could be causing a lot of power struggles, either with authority figures or just kind of with people in your life or within yourself, a lot of power struggles. And so you want to make sure that you are leading with vision, not ego. Other than that, Scorpio, that's all I have for you. Good. Sagittarius, this new moon is happening for you in your 9th house. And so you're feeling a need to expand. And I feel like you're really in your element, even though this new moon is not in your own sign. And so I think what we're seeing first and foremost is you're clearing out old philosophies or fake optimism or just like all the BS that doesn't need to be there and is blocking you from manifesting the things that you want to manifest. Remember that truth and vulnerability will get you a lot further into that manifestation goal. And so other than that, Sagittarius, that's all I have for you. Good. Capricorn. You can't control everything. You do know that, right? Especially when it comes to shared finances or intimacy. Something or someone might resurface during this new moon. And when it does, I want you to make sure that you are not avoiding it and that you're open to transforming it so that you can get the closure that you need. Other than that, that is all I have for you. Good luck, Capricorn. Aquarius, you are kind of in the hot seat, even though this isn't your new moon. We have this new moon happening for you in your 7th, but Pluto is in your 1st house. And so I want you to focus in on being your own real self, not the representative of you. You could see some manipulation tactics coming back up, whether it's from you or other people coming up during this new moon. And so I just want you to be mindful of that, especially if it's something that you thought that you had outgrown or that you are just too forgiving of other people being that way in the past. Don't be so sure that they have outgrown it just because you have. Other than that, that's all I have for you, Aquarius. Pisces, it's time to declutter. And I do mean your energetic, spiritual, emotional, and physical space. I say this as a Pisces who doesn't want to show you what her living room looks like. Repeat after me. Declutter, organize, simplify. I beg you, because burnout is right around the corner if you don't. Other than that, Pisces, that is all I have for you. All right, guys, that is all the horoscopes I have for you guys today. Let me know what you're doing for the new moon. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.